Hi, Julie Rader here, talking about the Taurus lunar eclipse we have happening on Friday at 12:57 a.m. here Pacific time. So adjust for your time zone. So really kind of while we're sleeping Thursday night. So this one, wow, it's a big energy, and it really, I feel, has a very Uranian feel, meaning kind of expect the unexpected. So this eclipse is happening in fixed energy. Fixed energy, it's just like what it sounds. It's fixed in its stance, it's fixed in its beliefs. It doesn't really want to move, it's slow to take action, things like that. But because of all the Uranian energy with it, there may be some surprises that come to us. So we have the moon in Taurus and Scorpio sun opposition, but then it's eclipsed, meaning that I think of eclipses like a reboot to the system. The astrologer Susan Miller, I love how she explains eclipses. I read this years ago and it really stuck with me. An eclipse is sort of like you're walking across an old rickety bridge, and you're a little nervous, like, are you going to make it to the other side? And you finally do, and you get your feet on solid ground, and right behind you the bridge breaks, and you look back, and first of all you have this feeling of gratitude that you made it, and you also feel like, wow, I could have been on it and collapsed. And then there's this realization that you can never go back where you came from. You can never go back on that same path. So, eclipses really are reboots to our system. There's a moment where there's an eclipse in the sky. Actually, the ancients were very afraid of eclipses. It would become dark, and they thought the world was ending. We know now that it's the old way of being. Something in us is eclipsed for a moment, that reboot where the computer's turned off, our inner computer is turned off for a moment, and then it comes back on, and there's this resurging of energy. So that's how I like to think about eclipses. And this one, there was an astronomer talking about how this one's actually going to last longer than a lot of eclipses. So I do feel like it's going to have a big effect on us and our lives. So Scorpio is the scorpion, Taurus is the bull. They're opposing each other. So think about this bull versus the scorpion energy, and it can be that's a really interesting energy, because the scorpion can sting and the bull can charge. They often do not, but if they're instigated, they will. So this energy here, a few hours before the actual eclipse, and I will be going through the signs as well. A few hours before the actual eclipse, about 3 hours prior, Venus, which is out of bounds, has been out of bounds for some time, is in Capricorn, which it will remain there until March 6th. It is the ruler of Venus. Venus is the ruler of Taurus, which is a big player, obviously, the moon in Taurus with this eclipse. 3 hours prior, it makes a beautiful harmonious aspect to Uranus in Taurus. So this is really when Venus is trying this harmonious aspect, Venus and Capricorn, to Uranus in Taurus, and neither of them really like being in. Venus doesn't love being in Capricorn. Uranus doesn't love being in Taurus. However, there can be this sudden spark of, wow, Venus out of balance and may act a little differently than she normally would, may become a little more impulsive in romantic matters. And this eclipse could really highlight that as well. And then Wednesday, a couple of days prior to the eclipse, we have Mars, which is the ancient ruler of Scorpio, opposing Uranus. So the Uranus in Taurus. So this is really, Wednesday is kind of starting to spark the energy of the eclipse. But it's so interesting to me that we have these two rulers both having having conversations with Uranus, which is all about expect the unexpected. This really, anything could happen really with this kind of energy. You throw, and then you throw an eclipse into the mix with all this Uranian energy. Could be anything in the financial market, earthquakes, anything like that on a grander, bigger scale. But in our personal lives, we could feel by the end of this eclipse season, or the end of the year, really, or the last Saturn Uranus square that we'll have on Christmas Eve here, we could feel completely differently about our lives, a situation. So hold on tight. Let's dive into the signs and how it could, where this eclipse is really falling for you in your life. So Aries, this is happening in your second house. And so second house is all about worth and self-worth and finances. So really those areas will be highlighted, and you'll get a reboot to that system and really need to ask yourself, do I feel worthy? How are my finances? Are they on track with my goals? So that's what this eclipse is going to be rebooting for you. Taurus, this is big for you. It's your eclipse, and then you will be feeling this for the next 18 months. This is happening in your first house. Your first house affects every area of your life. It's how you step out into the world. It's your body. It's basically you, your personal brand, who you are, what you believe in. So how you approach life. You may feel, with Uranus being in there for the last few years, you also may feel that you're acting more impulsively than you normally would. This eclipse is definitely going to bring to light any area of your life. Maybe if you've been stuck in your Taurus ways, it's going to become really clear during this eclipse season what needs to change. Then for you, Gemini, this is happening in your 12th house. You may find that secrets are revealed, or you also may feel very introverted. For you, so many of the eclipses have been happening for the last 18 months in your sign, and there'll be one more which you will be feeling too with the Sag new moon, the solar eclipse. And just a few hours after the eclipse, the moon will go into Gemini, and then it will conjunct the North Node. So this Gemini, I have a feeling you're going to want to spend time inward, and you're going to really be feeling like, wow, what changes have I made that I can really move forward on now, or that need to be wrapped up, or that need to be released, so that you can really step into the truest version of who you are. Cancer, this is happening in your 11th house, having everything to do with friends. You'll feel a reboot to the system, and you'll really take a look at, wow, the people, the groups that you're involved in, the tribes, do they still represent your beliefs? And taking a look at all of that. Also, you'll be looking at your goals, your ambitions, and revisiting and seeing if they still resonate with you, or if it's time to switch it up. Leo, this is happening for you in your 10th house. This is all about career. You will be getting a reboot to your career house, and revisiting. You may find that you have been feeling really stuck, and you may no longer feel stagnant after this eclipse. You may start feeling motivated to take action, perhaps on a new area or a new career path. Virgo, this is happening for you in your 9th house. So for you, 9th house, it's all about spirituality, higher learning, higher beliefs, travel. You may find that you are inspired then to go somewhere else. Maybe it's just for travel if you're able to. You may find that some of your philosophical beliefs are changing as well. Libra, this is happening in your 8th house. So this is all about, are you bonding with another? Or are the relationships you have serving you? Are they too surfacey for you? And if so, it is time to bring that to the surface so that you can have deeper connections with others. Also, this is about other people's money or deep psychological understanding of yourself. Scorpio, this is happening in your 7th house. It's all about relationships. You may have some huge changes in your relationship. There might be some unexpected beginnings, unexpected endings, whether it's romantic or business, but relationships are the theme. And there's been so much Scorpio energy. You are getting to the root, to the truth of what you want, what is happening in your current relationships, and are they serving you? Scorpio, this is happening in your 6th house. Scorpio, it's your 7th house. Sagittarius, this is happening in your 6th house. So for you, it's a reboot to your health, looking at your day-to-day routines, your health routines, your work routines. Are they serving you? It might be time to change things up, or to really, if you've been spending a lot of time studying something, whatever area of life, it is time now to add it into your daily routine, to put it into practice. Capricorn, this is happening in your 5th house. 5th house is everything to do with children, romance, and creativity. So Capricorn, if there is a creative project that you've been sitting on, it is time now to start putting it out into the world. Maybe you're seeing your relationship with children in a different light. So all of this is coming to, or maybe definitely there could be an unexpected romance with that Venus trine Uranus energy a few hours before the eclipse. There may be some unexpected romance coming for you around this time as well. Aquarius, this is happening in your 4th house, everything to do with home and family, a reboot to that system. And looking at where you live, are there changes that need to be made in your home life or how you interact with your family? And Pisces, last but not least, this happening in your 3rd house, a house of communication, getting a reboot to the way you communicate. You definitely may be feeling you're psychic by nature. You may be feeling your psychic abilities really enhanced. You may find that you are communicating in out of this world ways. So keep a journal with you, and you also, for you, if there's a project that you've been working on, you may start seeing it in a different light or realize it's time to get it out there into the world. Thank you so much for taking the time to listen. Please share this with anyone you feel like would benefit, and like and subscribe. If you'd like a reading from me, then check out my website, julierader.com.